third week in January kicked off my vacation in Vietnam. So let's get into it. Starting with Sunday before I left Atlanta, I hosted a dim sum meetup and my girls came through, mainly from Nomadness, and one person from my email list came through as well. Hey, Wilma from the email list. Y'all, I love dim sum. If you haven't tried it, go to Oriental Pearl on a Saturday and get you some dim sum. Anyway, then we flew to New York to catch our flight to Vietnam. But due to weather, we couldn't land in New York City. We had to divert. Where? Deidre and I just landed in Syracuse. Yeah, child, they sent us to Syracuse. At least there was liquor. It's more than a proper drink. It's like 3 proper drinks. Yeah, but it's proper. It's a good thing we're both go with the flow travelers because it was late. We were tired. We were in Syracuse and we had a flight the next day to Vietnam. But it is what it is. We ate some food. We went to bed for just a few hours because we got up super early to head back to the airport to check in for our flight to Korea. So Korea was the first leg of our trip, and it was a 16-hour flight. And y'all, I was in economy. I ain't been in economy in a minute. Thankfully, though, the middle row was empty, so I had a little bit of space. And they served great food. I had bibimbap, and I kept a little gochujang sauce. And I actually slept really good with my humidifier on. We lost a day on the flight because, again, it was 16 hours, but we landed safely in Korea and promptly went to hang out with my girl, Courtney, who's been living in South Korea for a while. She took us out for Korean barbecue. And let me tell you something. I love some Korean barbecue. I guess in Korea, they just call it barbecue. And my girl Deidre got on the grill like she knew what she was doing. But honestly, she did. She did. And we ordered this bone marrow ramen. Look at this. That it was huge, but it was also very delicious. After that, we went to get a nightcap at this cute bar by my friend's place. They served this free with our drinks. American bars, take note. Wednesday morning, we headed back to the airport for our 8-hour flight to Vietnam. I got bibimbap again. We landed in Ho Chi Minh, or Saigon, if you will, in the afternoon and took a nap. And it was my girl's birthday, so I took her out to dinner for dinner in the dark. The dinner in the dark experience is so cool. You're eating in pitch black. And so when you start, they actually make you practice putting a puzzle together completely blindfold. And your waiter is actually blind. And you actually have to put your phone away in a locker until dinner is over. Once dinner is over, you can get your phone back, and then they sit you down and they show you all of the things that you ate, which is really cool because your senses are so heightened, so you taste certain things and you get to find out if you were right about them. And their bar staff is actually deaf. And so they actually sang happy birthday to my friend in sign language, which was really cool. After that, we popped into a bar that happened to have a happy birthday sign on a table, and we saw that as a sign to have another beverage. Such a great first night in Ho Chi Minh. And then Thursday morning, I got up and went to the gym because I'm on my fitness game. And I also hosted a coaching class for my remote coaching community. And then after that, I went to this place that's an apartment building full of cafes. It's 8 floors of nothing but cafes and restaurants. We went to every single floor. If you visit Saigon, you absolutely have to come here. It's just too adorable. And I end up popping into a cafe to try a salt coffee, which I had never tried before. It was very different and delicious. They salt the cream, which was really cool. And then later on, we did a food tour on scooters that is completely run by women drivers. Y'all, we ate more food than any one person should ever eat. I think it was a total of like 11 or 12 tastings. And then we went to the airport to fly to Hanoi. This was chaotic. The airport is chaos. But thankfully, we flew business class on Vietjet, which was actually quite nice. Our flight was delayed, so we landed in Hanoi after 1 o'clock. We got in our hotel after 2. And my friend had to run a class at 6 a.m., so neither of us got sleep. But we still went to the gym and worked out. Well, I worked out. I don't know what the hell she was doing. Y'all, what is this? Anyway, later that day, we went by the train cafe and didn't see a train because we didn't know the schedule. And then tried to check out the cheapest Michelin-starred restaurant in the world, but couldn't eat there because we didn't have a reservation because it is Lunar New Year. But whatever, we found another cute place to eat that happened to be a place that trains the youth on hospitality and food and beverage. And then Saturday, I got up at like 4 in the morning and went to a clinic because my sinuses were so inflamed for almost like a week from the Airbnb I had stayed in Atlanta, and then all of the planes and hotels. Anyway, the clinic was wonderful. I got a breathing treatment and got 5 prescriptions filled, and I think I only spent about $180 and no waiting. Now that I could breathe freely and I was all medicated up, I headed out to the coast to do a Ha Long Bay cruise. This cruise was so wonderful and so relaxing and such a great way to end the week. Stay tuned for week 2 of my Vietnam vacation.